Now, Donald Trump is once again taking on the globalists. In a speech today, he took aim at U.S. free trade deals in a speech that he delivered in Western Pennsylvania. And he was targeting globalization as a jobs killer with this free trade. He said globalization has made the financial elite who donate to politicians very, very wealthy, but it's left millions of our workers with nothing but poverty and heartache. He also portrayed Clinton as an agent of the status quo that worships globalism over Americanism, and he criticized her past support for the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which he described as the death blow for American manufacturing. Now, joining me, of course, is Joe Biggs. Biggs, what do you think? Is this going to resonate with the American people? It seems like if Trump really sticks with the economy and immigration, these are things where he stands apart from Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I think it's going to resonate with people pretty largely across the country right now. I mean, those are two topics that Donald's really going to have to hammer on, because what we've seen with Brexit, what we've seen across the country, we need to hammer on those issues.
Right.
You know, the fact that we are sending jobs from America overseas, and yet we're sending companies like Ford and these other manufacturing companies down to Mexico. But what are we getting in return? We're getting some of the worst people from Mexico. Not all of them. There's a lot of great people that come over here, but there's a lot of the criminals that are being allowed to come over here. And what's that going to do? That's going to help collapse our economy.
Right.
And they want to form, yeah, that's the plan. They want to form everything together. They want to have this North American Union to merge everything together, which will go into a larger picture of this new world order, this one world government, where we're all under this one dictator, one police force. You know, that's what's happening. And that's why this is so important for Donald Trump to talk about these issues like he is right now.
Right. Because what we're seeing, of course, with the mainstream media worldwide is that they're really trying to paint Brexit as just this tragedy, a frightening thing. I can't believe they did it. What were they thinking? It's going to be so terrible, because they don't want people to reclaim their sovereignty and to understand that what is happening here in the United States isn't just a populist surge here. It's everywhere. People are starting to see that this globalization has been terrible for their economies, and people are wanting to reclaim their sovereignty. And he's absolutely right to call free trade a job killer, because we've seen it. It's that giant sucking sound. And a new poll, so they're always kind of talking about these polls about how, you know, Hillary Clinton, she's got a 5-point lead and she's leading. But when it comes to the economy, and that people are asked which president is more likely to grow the U.S. economy, voters are more confident that Donald Trump is going to be the president to help grow the economy. So, I mean, he's a jobs builder. You know, he actually has created some jobs where Hillary Clinton has not. And she's more than willing to give even more jobs away.
I think people are scared of Donald Trump because he's an unknown entity. But we have a proven criminal in Hillary Clinton. Her track record shows that she is a horrible person. You know, her track record at the State Department is flawed in so many ways. The fact that she's covered up for her husband who has raped women and done all these horrible things, Benghazi. The fact that, you know, we heard interviews on Alex Jones today, how people feel like everything that's happened with this is being made a joke out of by the Republican Party to kind of take the focus off what's really going on. I mean, he has a proven track record of taking something and turning it into something that's really sought after.
Right.
You know, an image, branding. And that's kind of what we have to redo right now in America. We have to rebrand ourselves in a sense, because across the country, freedom is now being looked at as something that's bad.
Right.
You know, with what happened with Brexit, people are like, oh, you shouldn't break away. No, that's awesome.
Right.
We should praise that. We should encourage these other countries to do the exact same thing and follow suit.
Right. Well, and also kind of trying to put that message out there that these people are crazy for wanting to build a wall around their country that is being overrun by illegal immigrants that are flooding their country. It is an invasion. It's not immigration. There's no way that you can take care of people when they come over in those amount of numbers. And people are just wanting to reclaim the ability to say no. And then talk about a wall and this North American Union. So the Mexican president tweeted out demanding that the U.S. merge with Mexico and Canada. They want to become this North American Union superstate. And this is something that obviously Alex Jones has talked about for many, many years, warned about. And it seems like with Brexit, with this rise in people, you know, supporting Trump and wanting to make America great again, they're saying, wow, we really need to ramp up our plans, our one world government plans, because if we don't, we're going to have people waking up and breaking out of our global government, breaking out of that. Look at this story today. Now, this was coming out of Breitbart. Actually, this was one of their great things yesterday. They have the Cartel Chronicles there. It's totally graphic. I don't even know if you guys want to put the images up on the screen. But let's talk about just open borders, okay? So this is right here at the Texas-Mexico border. We have even more hacked corpses where these cartels, just for the territory, they are just killing people to take their property, to get them off their own land. So yeah, let's just go ahead and say no borders. Let's not keep these gangs down there. We've got Mexico police and their troops routinely raping women that they arrest, beating them, torturing them, subjecting them to blows to the stomach, threats of rape. This is routine. They do this all the time with women that they arrest, and they arrest these women because they're easy targets. And they're doing this to boost figures so that they can show society that the government's security efforts are yielding results. They're saying, well, look at all these arrests we're making. We're helping to take down crime. But really, they're just going after easy targets that they can threaten with rape or actually rape, beat. I mean, it's just disgusting. And I looked at these articles today, and the wall just got 10 feet higher.
I mean, we're bringing in people with a gang mentality. I mean, that's the issue. You know, there are people that come through who are good. Like I said before, I'm not trying to say immigration is not the problem. Illegal immigration is the problem. And the fact that Obama is essentially has a stand-down order to all Border Patrol to let any and everybody through without any kind of checks. People coming through with diseases.
We have
What's going to
video
happen
of
when
them
people start
coming
getting
through.
sick? They're not even quarantining them at the border. They have that yellow police tape up you see at a murder scene. That's not going to stop a disease from spreading.
Right.
And Jakari Jackson, Adon Salazar, and Michael Zimmerman are down there at the border again. 2 years later from when we originally broke the news, I've been down to the border numerous times, catching drugs coming across the border. You know, the criminals, the gang members, you know, the fact that they're trying to use it as this beard to say, well, there's kids coming across, you know, there's the dreamers.
Right.
Yeah, there's some of those, but that's a small aspect. We're bringing in people with a gang mentality. We have a situation at Fort Bliss last week where 2 soldiers were caught at the Falfurrias border checkpoint smuggling people in. And why is that? Because we have such a lack of leadership in America that people with a gang mentality can get themselves into the military, keep their nose clean for a while, and then start smuggling people in. And why do we do that? Why is this happening? Because the only kind of people in their right mind that want this to stop are people like us who are awake. We want to put a stop to this. We want to put a border up. We don't want to stop immigration. We want to stop the bad people from coming in. There needs to be a checks and balances. We need to find out who it is that's coming across. We need to find out what they have.
Vet them.
Because those people come through, they start getting sick. We have quarantine set up all over the place. Our economy is going to crash. And next thing you know, they're going to be like, well, maybe Obama should just go ahead and stay in. Or maybe, you know, we'll blame it all on Donald Trump and let him take the presidency. And then we'll go, look at this. This is what happens when a Republican takes over. Let's bring in our people. And then they've already brought in all their votes because the illegal immigrants are going to come over here and they're going to go, you know what? I'm going to vote for that Democrat.
Well, and that's the thing is if you see all of the states where they're taking the refugees, the resettlements, they're taking them to all the red states to turn them blue. So, and you're absolutely right about that, is they're wanting to create that voting block there. It's so transparent. It's absolutely frightening. And if you think about it now, they've got several cases of babies being born with Zika here in the United States. So these are things that could be stopped, or at least, you know, we need to look at this truthfully and frankly, but they're trying to make it, oh, Trump's going to deport everyone. He's going to take out everyone's families. No, it's about responsible participation. If you're one of these young ladies that just graduated as the valedictorian of your university and your parents brought you here, you had not, I'm okay with that. I think that, you know, something does need to happen. But what we need to talk about is people that haven't been here forever, that don't agree with our Western values, that don't unite with what America stands for. That's a problem. And we can look at what's happening in Europe with Muslim asylum seekers raping women because they had a bad day.
Well, hold on. You're being a racist. You're being sexist. You're being Islamophobic. It's ridiculous. Tone down your rhetoric, all right? But listen to this. Donald Trump says if we're going to deliver real change, we're going to have to reject the campaign of fear and intimidation being pushed by powerful corporations, media elites, and political dynasties. He's the only one saying it. Clear your mind. Look at the true picture. Put your emotions away. And these are the facts.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central.
Hillary for prison.